Welcome viewers, welcome to Crown's Aesthetic Solutions, Panjagutta. Myself Dr. Deepthi. Small breasts are a big concern for females these days. Are there any treatment options to increase the size of the breasts? Today we are here with Dr. Vijay Lakshmi, Crown's consultant cosmetologist and skin expert, and also Dr. Balchandra Reddy Garu, plastic surgeon and cosmetic surgeon. So let's have a discussion related to this small breast augmentation.
Hello, doctor. Can you explain the aesthetic solution for the small breasts?
Hello viewers, I am Dr. Balachandra Reddy, plastic cosmetic surgeon. Dr. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am asked me a few questions. So nowadays everyone knows about what are all the solutions to increase the size of the breast. So it is simply breast augmentation surgery. What are all the various possibilities, various options to increase the size of the breast? Is it simple keeping some artificial implant, or can we prepare from the same body a breast, new breast? So these are the various options we are having. So usually many patients from coming to my hospital, my clinic, they prefer some silicone breast implants only. So why? It's a skillful surgery and it will take more operation theater hours, and after surgery also it will take more time for recovery. Compared to this silicone implant surgery, breast augmentation surgery, it's a simple surgery and the patient can desire whatever size she wants. She can achieve those things, and with it's like a daycare surgery. For example, if a patient come to hospital morning, will discharge at the same evening also only, provided she's if any other complications won't develop. So, one more thing I wanted to stress like that: small breast are only cosmetic thing. So I'm having, for example, if a woman think like that, I'm having very small breast, how can I feed my children? Yes, she can feed. So these breasts are only secondary sexual characters. They respond to and they are working under control of estrogen hormone and progesterone hormone. They will increase the size during lactation. So I wanted to stress this: the augmentation of breast is only cosmetic surgery.
It does not affect metabolism.
Yes, nothing will happen.
Doctor, is it on local anesthesia that we are carrying out this augmentation or general anesthesia?
Yeah, it depends on patient preference and patient's tolerability to the pain. Some patients won't accept small injection also. In those cases, we'll go for general anesthesia and we'll comfortably keep the implant there. So some patients can tolerate the pain. In those cases, we can try under local anesthesia.
Any female can the 38 size or 40 size. Anybody can expect that much size of the breast, or is there any restriction for each? The structure of the body.
Yes, good question. Actually, there is particular dimensions for each and every body habitus. We'll take the measurements and we'll keep. For example, if your chest diameter is very small, how can you keep bigger implants? So if you keep bigger implants with the chest diameter is small, so those two implants will come closer together. It's a waste of surgery. So depending on the body habitus, we'll have a particular type of measurements and we'll tell you, and after clinical examination we'll tell you the maximum amount of augmentation we can do, and minimum also we can do. You can choose in between those two.
How much does it cost? Cost wise, breast wise, cost wise, and the side effects.
Depending on the volume of breast, size of the breast patient is asking, the size varies usually, and usually it's a daycare surgery. So in daycare surgeries, it is mostly economical only. It some patients, like very few patients, in 5 patients of 100 out of 100, they will get some complications like what you call as capsular contracture and silicone rupture, so rippling. These are the common complications. Some patients, for example, they sustain some injury after implantation. Definitely the implant is an implant, so it will rupture. After rupture, the contour will be damaged. So in those cases, we'll do redo surgery and we'll remove the implant. We need to keep reapply.
What are the precautions to not to rupture the thing?
Precautions means even if someone hit that one, it won't rupture. So it's like a chemical. Silicon is a synthetic material. So it depends.
Do you have any expiry date for the particular silicone?
Yeah, yeah, that's also a good question. Usually companies, they will give 20 to 25 years longevity for this. So usually it's lifetime.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need not get it removed once the expiry date is over.
And no need to remove.
Okay.
Because silicon is a completely inert material.
Mm.
So the body usually, for example, if any foreign body is inside your body tries to send it out. For example, every viewer
Body
knows
rejection.
about that body rejection, like kidney transplantation, even blood transfusion, everything will be rejected.
Mm.
So this is the inert material. Body won't even never tries to reject it.
Is there any need for immunosuppressants, at least for a short while?
No need of any immunosuppressions, because just like we discussed, it's an inert material. So no need of
Antibiotic coverage for how many days?
So antibiotic coverage usually, as per the protocol, will give single dose pre-operative antibiotic. But just for safe side, we'll give post-operatively 2 or 3 days antibiotics. That is enough.
Does it leave any mark?
So usually the mark will come, but the mark will go under the breast. So that is not visible when we can see it directly.
Does it increase the rate of malignancy? I mean, after
There,
surgery.
good question. Actually, till now there is no proven correlation between implant and malignancy. It's not a risk factor, and it has its own complications. For example, implant migration, so implant rippling. For example, there are so many ways of breast augmentation. Some doctors will keep the implant just under the breast tissue, what you call as subglandular implantation. So other one is deep to the muscle. So if some implants where we are keeping subglandular, so the implant is visible under the skin. So what do you call as, if you palpate a balloon like this, it will ripple.
Okay.
So that sensation may be there. So to prevent all those things, depending on the body texture, skin thickness, will calculate and will guide you what is the best position.
This we are talking about the augmentation part. If those people who are having completely atrophied breasts, I mean, since birth, does it help them?
Good question. Actually, it is called as congenital absence of breast. What you call MST, Poland syndrome. So many conditions are there. So in those conditions, the only limiting factor is the overlaying the skin. We can't, for example, simple example. It says one room, one house with single room. We can't accommodate 20 people in the single room. So the same situation here. We can't put big implants there. So nowadays the treatment for those things is fat grafting. Initially, we'll try with the fat grafting. So with the fat grafting, the skin elasticity, the stretching will be there. After that, we can keep the implant once the child age reaches 15 plus or 18 plus.
What is the age limit? What is the age at which we can start these surgeries?
So usually for teenagers, we can start after 12 years because the chest growth will reach adequate size. After that, we can start.
Okay.
So just back I told, we can start with from body tissue itself. We're not indulging any foreign material at the age of 12 or 14 years. We'll start with fat graftings first, and after that, once the child reaches an adolescent stage, after crossing 18 years, she knows what she wants. After that, we'll do that.
Which one is preferable, doctor? The silicone one or the body grafting, the fat grafting?
Preferable means usually even for our family members, if someone asked me, what will our advice? It should be a simple one, fast recovery, economically better one.
Yes.
And considering all these factors, silicone implant is the ideal one.
Okay.
Those people completely atrophy on one side and fully developed on the other side. I mean, you said just now, like for atrophied, only you can give only to the limited size. And how are you going to do? Is it in one phase or two stages? You are going to do both breasts of the same size.
Yeah, definitely it's a stage procedure only, because unilateral breast, once we'll start the treatment from, just back discussed, from 12 years 13 years onwards only, because I told the limiting factor is the skin stretchability only. We'll start, and the breast size will reach the maximum size maybe 20 years. We'll leave the forget about the lactation period, so maybe 20-25 years it will reach the maximum size. By so we have to match the opposite atrophied breast to the same size. So to reach that size, we'll start that workup like from 12 to 13 years with simple fat grafting or not. Some patients will present at the age of 20 with absent breast. In those cases, there is one option. We'll keep some expander therapy is there. Tissue expansion treatment is there. So in those cases, we'll keep some expander, and we're injecting some saline into the expander so that the overlying skin will be stretched. Okay. So once adequate stretching is there, then we'll keep the implant.
And for the malignancy patients, a complete removal of one breast, all the tissue will be removed. So for those people, if they want the reconstruction, how are you going to do?
So good question. There are actually, after cancer breast removal, so many patients are asking for silicone. Why don't you give silicone? So the problem with silicone is, so carcinoma breast is not simple removal of the breast and keep it away. So after removal, you are supposed to go for radiation therapy, chemotherapy. With the radiation therapy, what will happen? The radiation will go into the breast. So the silicone implant will become burnt out balloon like thing. So we never advise silicone immediately after the surgery. So if a patient survives after chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and she comes back, she is asking for some silicone implant, then we can put silicone implant.
Side effects are also very less, and it's almost like a lifetime. Once you're going for the surgery at about around the age of 20, it's lasts for about till 45.
After 45 also, they can continue with the silicone implant if no problem is to the patient. Unless if there is any cancer issues like that, then only we'll remove it.
Yes.
But with the leakage, the size of the breast is going to reduce. Within this 20 years period, say it's been done in 20 years time, 20 years of her age, and it's now her age is say 40 or 45. Whatever size she has attained after the augmentation, is it going to reduce, and how much does it reduce, maximum and minimum?
Actually, we can't use the term reduction here. Reduce means, so we can use the term like descent. So breast descent is age related changes.
Yeah, okay.
So there is no absolute reduction in the size. Maybe 1 to 2% because of skin laxity it may occur.
Okay.
Apart from that, no problem.
Otherwise, negligible.
Okay.
That was an interesting topic we discussed today, doctor.
Yeah, very
And you came
interesting.
up with really interesting questions too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, doctor, for on the show. Thank you so much, doctor. So viewers, that's all about breast augmentation. There's no need to worry about the small breasts. There are many options available. So you can contact us at Crowns Aesthetic Solutions, Panjagutta, for further information. Thank you, viewers.